guys, what is up? AwesomeTheSauce here. Hope you guys are having a great day. And welcome to a video where we're going to be talking about everything that they did during today's update. There's a really big update today, and a lot of it surrounds PvP, but a lot of it is stuff that people don't really know about. Some of it's really good, so I wanted to cover like in its entirety. So if y'all didn't know, right, there's a new season in PvP, and there's a lot of changes that were supposed to come out when the new season reset. Now, when the season reset, right, a couple of weeks ago, a lot of people expected rank to go down to, like, a certain point, but not to fully reset, as in, like, back to 1500. Today's change actually did not revert that, meaning if you've been PvPing in the past, I want to say, like, you know, 2 weeks or so, your rank is actually still there. So it might say 0-1-0 lost over here, but if you actually go into this, then it'll show your actual win rate. That means that this rank right here is probably not going to reset all the way down to the bottom, and what it probably means is when season 3 comes around and you're high rank, hopefully it'll go down to a parameter that's not 1500, but like let's say that you're, I don't know, above 1900, you'll probably go to like 1875, and you're above 1800, 1775. So there were numbers that they gave us for this season. I guess it just didn't happen, which is kind of ass, I'll be honest, because some people really grinded a lot. I know people that made it all the way up to like 1900, 2000, and people still haven't made it back even after 2 whole weeks. So a lot of people lost a lot of elo. That being said, it should be easier to get elo now compared to before, because now they basically added this thing. It should be in today's update, where if you queue up, you can only get people that are within 1 rank of you. So either it's your rank, the one above you, or the one below you. So for example, right, my 1600 rank character, like let's say that I hit 1650, that's a new rank. That means that the ranks that I can get are anywhere from 1600 to all the way to 1800. That's basically the range that I could get, which it sounds like it's not a big deal because you're probably going to get people in that range anyways, but it really prevents you from getting recruits and corporals and those kinds of players. And that way, even if you beat them, you're not going to get much rank. Now you're going to only go against people where you can either lose a decent bit of rank or gain a decent bit of rank. So even though they didn't reset the ranks or they returned elo to people, it should be easier to rank up, and it should also, your rank should be more accurate. It should reflect actually going against people similar to your skill level. Today's update also brought a change that literally, I feel like they did not announce this. I think this was added in the files like last night, but this is a really big deal, which is kind of the big reason why I wanted to make this video. They actually fixed timers. So right now, right, if you're in a timer game and someone happens to run out of time, it basically, what it used to do, I guess, is it used to just make both players lose rank no matter what. And what that would be is what that would mean is a lot of people could literally just be losing a game like by a lot of time, and then they just become like very poor sports, and they just decide, you know what, I don't want to play this anymore. I'm just gonna give up on the time. We're both gonna lose rank. It was basically a way to make sure that if you're losing to somebody, by the way, I don't know if y'all notice, my record right now, 8-1, guess what that one loss is? It's because some dude was getting beaten, and he decided, you know what, I'm not gonna be a good sport. I'm just gonna make sure we both lose rank. This kind of nonsense was really getting a little widespread. Now it's not going to be a thing anymore. They added this thing where basically if you have 2 minutes or more on your timer and your opponent runs out of time, you no longer lose rank for that. I'm not even sure it counts as an L. In fact, what I think they should do really, if I'm being honest, to this win-loss thing, they should add a draw category so that it reflects, because otherwise right now it looks like I won 8 and lost 1. I didn't. I won basically 9, but one player decided to be stupid. So you shouldn't lose any rating points if someone deliberately tries to timer you. Now here's the thing, there are still going to be instances where, let's say that you're going against a slower school, right? Let's say that they run out of time, but it's been a long game and you're also below 2 minutes. Then I believe what a draw will do is that it'll still make both players lose rank accordingly, which I guess that's not as bad. Honestly, if anything, there's an incentive now to use your time wisely more than ever. If you're going against a slow school on a slow school, make sure to click fast, especially if the move is obvious, because then even if it becomes a draw, you won't be the one losing rank. You will lose nothing. Yeah, y'all, that's a really big change. I do think they should add a draw category to this little win-loss thing, 100%. I hope that's soon, because honestly, if they're gonna do this, it's a great idea, but at least let it reflect so that when someone clicks on you, you know, they see what's happening. They see what's going on. That's all I'm saying. You feel me, bro? Today's change also added a couple of things that I feel like are actually kind of important, but we won't really get to see them until we test them out in PvP. Basically, now damage is a little bit better than it used to be. Now, the text that I'm referring to basically says that they've made the hard cap of damage, essentially, they've made it go up even more than it is right now, but they haven't changed the intersection point where damage starts dropping off. So the only thing that really happens when you change the end point, I guess, of where damage can go is it starts dropping off at a slower rate. Basically, all the numbers aside, what that means is if you have a higher damage, as like, let's say my 137 is 134, right? Let's say that I get higher and higher damage, I'll lose less now than I used to from the damage drop off itself. So this is low-key gonna buff, in my opinion anyways, fire, death, storm, mid. I think just those schools that just run a lot of damage, or they just have gear that gives a lot of damage for whatever reason, right? Those schools are gonna be doing a lot more damage than they used to. So it might mean that pierce and damage are a little bit more equal now in terms of the stats. Now, is this gonna change much? I really don't know. I do think schools like ice, maybe they'll start struggling because they don't really go that much higher than the damage drop off really ever. The last part of this update is probably the weirdest thing I've ever seen. They actually changed the Headless Horseman spell writing tier, which is kind of weird because we made a video about this. I think this is just a coincidence. I just want everyone to know. I don't think they planned on doing this because of my video, the feedback on the video that you guys gave. I guess this must have been in the plan, but they've changed Headless now, which I'm glad that it wasn't getting more damage, because 530 to 590 is just already a lot. You know, it's literally like a storm spell almost. But the way they changed it is just so weird. Basically, if you get spell bits for this spell, you can basically turn it into a life accuracy debuff, which, you know, if you're going against a school that's not life, it's still useful because you can literally do a decent bit of damage and also set up monster mash. So maybe if you're in that scenario where something like an infection isn't, you know, offensive enough, maybe you could do this. I still don't really see myself using this unless I don't know. I guess if you have like tier 5 monster mash, this might be worth it, because the damage that you lose from the Headless to this is probably going to be gained back just from the monster mash conditional, right? I can see this being a lot better if you're trying to do like an overtime and you're trying to not get triaged, or if you're just going against a life and you want like a combo starter. Is it useless? No, but I still see a lot of people just using the base form. And honestly, if people just want to do damage, this is actually kind of good, right? You don't actually have to grind for spellments. And I'm glad that you're not going to have a pet where you can upgrade the damage on this more and more, because it would have been absolutely overpowered. I think this is already pretty good. It's not broken. I mean, it's decent, but making it better and better would have been stupid. I'm glad that they're listening to a lot of the stuff that I feel like the community's, you know, a lot of people in the community have raised a lot of concerns about timer. A lot of people have been talking about Headless Horseman and other damage per pip problem. The changes today also banned Blue Phoenix and Lord of Winter and all of these other spells that do way over the damage per pip for the school, along with the Mandar nerf. If you've been struggling to find a reason to PvP, this is that moment, my boy. Honestly, I'm pretty excited. Hopefully it's not, you know, too crazy. Hopefully there's some strategy to it. Jin's defense is also not going to be as big of a deal, so I'm hoping that today is a good day when I PvP live. So make sure to catch that, turn on noties, make sure you don't, like, you know, miss it. I'm very excited to PvP. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just want to make a quick update video on some things that I'm not sure everyone knew about. Definitely very excited about all the things that we did cover already, like, you know, the Jin's defense change, the treasure cards change, all that jazz. That should be amazing, but also the timer change that we just got announced today. PvP should feel a little bit different, so I'm hoping that, you know, it's a lot of fun to play. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think about all the things in the update notes in this video that I just covered. Obviously, your opinion is so much more valuable than mine because they literally look to the comment section for feedback, so make sure your voice is heard. Drop a like if you enjoyed, leave a sub for you, and as always, if somebody has not told you you're awesome today, they doing something wrong, so stay awesome, and yeah.